While working with Linda and her method, the Darren method, really helped me focus on my own challenges, my own patterns of belief, my own belief systems, and look at what sorts of things were holding me back or reacting to events in ways that were actually detrimental to my own growth or detrimental to me handling the situation in the best way. And by looking at those patterns and learning to break them or change them or transform them, I've been able to really find a successful growth pattern in my own life.
The client that typically comes in here is not really aware of what they really want exactly. They just know they're having chaos or trouble in their life. So many of those that have come to me with addiction, they're not really understanding that they are an addict until we sort of unfold a lot of the education materials that I'm going through with them, different quizzes that they're taking. They'll then look up and say, oh, I might have some addiction problem. But they're originally coming to me because something's not quite right in their life. And then we'll get into that education, and then we'll get into the unfolding. Others are coming maybe because of a relationship problem, and they're thinking maybe it's their problem or the other person's problem, and then once we start unfolding deeper and deeper, they're quite amazed at what they're finding. I've also helped very young children that have come to me to have healing, just calming them down. Many of them have been told they're ADD, ADHD, and so we do a lot of energy work. Of course, they're not the candidates to do the Darren method, but they're very open to the color, light, and sound. The teenagers that come to me, they're very open to the inadequacies and the stresses, some of the bullying that's happening within the schools. A lot of them are experimenting with drugs and alcohol. They have lots of secrets, sexuality issues that they need to discuss. The adults are coming. They're men and women of all age groups. My oldest client is 72. And they're coming to either do some inner work, personal development work, relaxation, something within their life that's not really going smoothly, and they need someone to talk about. And then there are others that really don't know why they're showing up, that they might want Reiki or they want energy healing. They're very curious what all of this is. And then they start getting very excited about wanting to do their own work.
I think the difficulty for me in the process has been, oh, I don't really want to talk about that now, that kind of thing. But you know, I don't have time for that now. Can we just jump to that? Or, you know, that's not really important. But Linda has encouraged me to sort of look at details that actually reveal themselves to be important, and to be important elements of the puzzle of understanding one's own soul and lineage that leads to, you know, the belief systems and patterns that we live by, and understand how to transform them into something better and more workable and something more applicable to the future.
When they walk in to when they decide to leave, it's a different person there, and it didn't happen overnight. And they decide to hang in there because they're feeling better. They're feeling better, more empowered in the self. And all of this is not just about the mind or the body saying you have this illness, or, you know, you're mentally not healthy, or you're physically sick. There's something about the spiritual aspect of this that's so needed for the client. And when I give the spiritual tools out, some people, their tools are going back into going to synagogue, going to church, and they're like, wow, I've never entered sacred space in a long, long time. They choose. Some people are doing rituals in their homes where they're setting up altars, they're praying, they're taking sacred baths, they're cleansing their home out. So everybody's working through this very different. And I'm just allowing whatever their inner wisdom, their soul that's speaking to them, I'm just allowing them to grow and expand.
I find Linda highly intuitive, really prepared to deal with so many issues, including my thoughts, my emotions, my blockages. I think she's highly intelligent, very calming, so I can talk about my deepest fears with her, my deepest challenges with her. And I feel comfortable. I feel that she keeps the secrets.
And so when a client comes in, my hope is that I'm really cultivating a safe place for them. Because many of the clients need to express their pain, their fears, their guilt, their shame. They're really dark, dark emotions, and shall we call it secrets. And in this very dark place, I'm hoping they can find the light. And that's truly, truly my hope, is that others can come in and allow me to hear their story and embrace them in that story and then get to the light.
Linda is incredibly well-read, incredibly knowledgeable in a variety of spiritual philosophies. She's empathetic, she's absolutely intuitive, and she's authentic and genuine in wanting to help people grow.
So without going through our fears, our guilt, our shame, we can't really know what love is and get to the light. And that's the ego. This is all the dark stuff. And when we embrace that, we get to the light. And we need this skepticism. We need all this, because that's how we go higher. And that's the challenge, for the skepticism to say, what you're doing, you don't want to go there. Well, what is it? That's good, because then we keep going higher. And what's this higher? It's consciousness. Truly, all this is about is loving more, loving ourselves and loving other people.
Linda Darin and the Darin Method can help you overcome life's challenges to become a more empowered person. If you're looking for help dealing with life's challenges and you want something more than just a clinical feedback session, if you want something that has breadth and depth and a real whole approach to transforming your life, Linda Darin can guide you through that.